Hello everyone. In today's lecture, we are going to see what is Microsoft Intune, and we will see the portal and overview of Microsoft Intune. So first of all, what is Microsoft Intune? Microsoft Intune is a cloud-based service that helps organizations to manage devices, apps, and security. It's a part of Microsoft Endpoint Manager, and it is used by IT admins to make sure that companies' data stays secure, whether companies' employees are working from home, office, or anywhere in the world. And why we should use Intune. So there are many reasons you should move from your on-premises server to cloud-based services. It's a basically SaaS, software as a service. So basically it provides enroll and manage Windows, Mac, iOS, and Android devices, push and manage applications across different platforms. Maybe it's a Windows, Mac OS, iOS, Android. So from all the devices, it helps to push the applications, applies security policies to protect sensitive data, ensure compliance with company or industry standard, integrate with Microsoft Defender and conditional access for advanced protections. Okay. Next is the key features of Microsoft Intune. So the very first key feature I would like to say is device management. It gives a control on all device settings, updates, and configuration. The second feature I would say app management. You can apply um, application MAM policy to um, all applications. It just distribute updates and remove apps remotely. Like if you have like a supervised application, supervised systems, so you can manage those application. Even if you don't have a company managed phones, you can use MAM policy to manage your company owned applications. Okay. Compliance policies block non-compliant devices from accessing company data. So we will deep dive into all of this, but the compliance policies are simple where you define some conditional rules to meet our company's regulations and settings of devices. If one of the device does not meet that setting or does not comply with the settings, it will mark as a non-compliant. You can tightly integrate your Intune with conditional access. Conditional access. Conditional access can be used with like company's app, integrate with Azure AD to protect your resources. Second is BIOD supports. So it supports your bring your own device functionality. Employee can use personal devices securely with company apps and data. Benefit Benefits for IT and end user. For IT admins, Intune simplifies device management and reduce security risk. For employees, it means flexibility. They can work securely from any device without worrying about complex setup. So in earlier days, what was the setup is, we need to reset the PC manually. We have to install all applications. Then SCCM came in picture, and SCCM got like I, IP V4 boot, like a PXE boot. From that baseline, we can create multiple applications, which OS version we want to upgrade. So all settings got upgraded to SCCM. After that, we got um, Intune, where you just have to, we can um, hash the key. I mean, by default, vendors are now uh, uploading hash key into our system. I mean, we can upload that, but they will give you hash key. We just need to upload that hash key, and that's it. We can ship laptop to user, and once user logged in, and your system is ready. So that kind of flexibility you get as a end user and IT admins. So it's a really good feature, I would say. So the section 5 is like the integration with Microsoft 365. Intune works seamlessly with Microsoft 365, Azure Active Directory, and Microsoft Defender. This ensures that the security and compliance IT will work together in one ecosystem. So basically, Microsoft 365 is a family and suite of all these products. So it's a tightly integrated. So we do not have any issues with migration or connectivity. So it works perfectly. So the next part we are going, let's move to our Microsoft Intune portal and see how we can. I will walk you through the Microsoft Intune portal now. So this is our Intune portal. I created one test tenant to learn and teach you as well. Okay. So very first tab you see home where you will see some of the basic information. Okay. So in your tenant, how many devices are non-compliant, if any connector errors, configuration policy errors, this kind of information you will see on Home tab. Also, there is a learning section here, interactive demos. So if anybody is interested in learning, you can go here and learn new technologies, I mean, new updates on Microsoft Intune. Also, the documentation part is here only. You can see all the documents are integrated here. So you can go ahead and learn this, I mean, or read these pages. Okay, so nothing much in the home page, I would say. It's just a basic information about client app failures and failure non-compliant. So it basically gives you a highlight of your non-compliant devices, failure apps, failure configuration policies. Under dashboard, you will see a little bit, you know, uh, extra information in the dashboard. Here you will see device enrolled in your company, how many devices are enrolled. That information you will see on very first tab, first tile, I would say. Device compliance. So you can create device compliance policy from here. It should normally don't show because we do not have created any compliance policy. That's why it is showing here to create a compliance policy. No configuration policies we have created it. So it just shows if any conflict or any error in configuration policy. The next is so applications, if you have any applications that will show here, okay, I mean needs to add or it needs to be pushed from, you can do that from here, but basically we don't do it here, okay. So, okay, so here we have some basic information about, oh wait, I think I clicked or somewhere, okay. Intune enrolled devices, it gives you a list of Intune enrolled devices, okay. So this dashboard will give you all visibility once we enroll and start adding devices, created configuration profile. So after that, we can see this information. Okay. From here, you see all information where you have shortcuts of some of the tabs, some of the options. Okay. So from here, navigations are simplified. You can navigate things from all services. Okay. I mean, you can add favorites as well if you are like a help desk engineer and use only like a labs password or BitLocker key functionality. So you can simply just add that into favorite section. Okay. And you can, if you are using like a few services in Microsoft Intune. The very next option we have is Explorer. So I never tried this option, but it looks like we need to configure it before using this. Okay. So accelerate your work, explore devices, updates, apps, policies, and more in few ways. Ask question, run queries. So it's basically uh, looks like a Copilot, which is integrated in Microsoft Intune, and we can do a quick research here. Okay. Here it comes a very important tab, which is devices. Okay. Right now we do not have any devices enrolled or managed, so it won't show you. But here It is. I mean, you can see our entire devices will come here, Windows, iOS, Mac, and Linux. Every devices will be managed from here. We can access device properties. We can do much more here. We will see in upcoming videos what are these options, what are these policies. Okay, so this is how it looks like. And if you go by platform, I mean, device query also, I mean, see, if I start talking about all this single point, the video is going to be very lengthy. So I wanted to make it cover this option. Okay. Monitoring is the one of the best option, I would say. See, if any failures in your environment, how many devices are not encrypted or encrypted, or any non-compliant devices option, that tab you want, like how many devices are non-compliant, you just simply come here under monitoring and see, you will see no, all non-compliant devices. So it's basically gives you a bulk information about non-compliant devices or drive encryption, pending devices or encrypted devices as well. So basically this option is for monitoring. Okay. Under by platform, if I click on Windows, you will see a separate tab will get open with all Windows related options. Okay. So what are these options? Why Microsoft 365 is here, enrollment, what is enrollment option here. So these are all things we will see in the next phase, okay, next video. But I will give you short demo, okay. So Windows devices, here you will see a list of all Windows devices. Monitoring, the way I said, like you can go here and check the status of your each and every devices. Windows 365 is the new feature. I mean, it was earlier it was there, but it is a virtual machines. These machines can be enrolled as a Intune, but it requires another license. Okay, so we will try to get the license and try to cover this topic as well. Okay, this is a very important option called enrollment. Okay, where you can define what are the uh, policies, enrollment status page, deployment profile, autopilot. So everything you will be configure here, okay? And corporate device identifier. This option is, I mean, I recently used this option and manually added a serial number of a device, which will create that serial number as a corporate device, and it will allow you to, manage. It's not a complete manage, but you can, enroll that device and add that device to Microsoft Intune. Okay. Device enrollment manager is a account where, you can, basically give a permission to a user who will enroll machines on behalf of user. But this option we really don't recommend because we want a user to enroll as a user-driven option, and he should be able to enroll himself with his account. So this is what the option. Okay, add and remove devices enrollment manager to allow certain user to enroll large quantity. I mean, let's say we have one on-site engineer who enroll devices on behalf of user, and he manage the that process like enrolling and formatting. So for that, we can create one account. That is the option we are going to see in upcoming videos. It's just an overview what we see under devices under Windows by platform. Okay, so scripts and remediation, all options we are going to see. Okay, the iOS part is where you manage your iOS devices, enrollment and configuration, compliance, everything will be segregated by platform. Okay, Mac OS also similarly, you can create configuration, compliance policies, you can push the scripts as well. Okay, so this level of separation Microsoft Intune has. Okay, similarly, and Android and Linux. Linux is the very interesting thing. I never tried and I love to learn about it, but never got a chance to. have this in my series. Okay. As I said, onboard my Windows 365, how the virtual machines gets enrolled and how we can manage that things. It's again going to be very huge video, so I will try to cover that in upcoming videos. Okay. Manage devices overall. You can create compliance policies for each and every platform from by clicking on create new option here. You just need to create new policy and it you have to select platform. Okay, this is the second option. Instead of going to each platform, you can directly come here and select Windows 10 or later or iOS, iPad. So this will give you another level of flexibility to create policies. Okay. Same way, scripts and remediation only works on your Windows machines. Policies, analytics, everything is added here apart from platform by platform. Okay, this analytics used for your on-prem policy and determines your level of modern management supports. Click import to begin the. I mean, you can just check group policy if this is applied or not, targeted AD user. This kind of uh, analytics you can do from here. Okay, these all options we will see later. Okay, Windows update. From here you can create rings, how the updates will going to push on your laptops. That rings you can define here, on which feature updates you want to be. You can create here the monthly quality updates and driver updates. You can create and define that. Okay. The monitoring section will give you deep analytics on your app Windows updates. Okay. Apple Update also gives you control on how you can create iOS updates and macOS updates. Okay. Device cleanup rules from after which how many days inactive or non-compliant device will remove. So this kind of cleanup you should have in your environment. Okay. Assignment filters. Let's say if you want to skip 21H2 or some hardware, so you can create that or include that assignment filter. We are going to see each and every topic in upcoming videos. Okay. Next option is app apps by platform. The similar way how the device categorized. Similarly, we can see the platform created here for Windows, Mac OS, iOS, Android. Okay, I do not see here Linux one. It might be not fully integrated, so that option might come in future, hopefully. Okay, if Microsoft develops that level of technology. Okay. So similarly, we can create applications packaging. So there is a huge scope here to learn. Okay, you can create 32 Win32 app, MSI packaging. You can also create package from line of business applications. Also, you can create application from store. Similarly, iOS, you can also bind application from your Apple. You can purchase from your app business. I'm sorry, what is that called? Uh, Apple Manager. Okay, ABM, Apple Business Manager. You can create app from there as well as from here. Also, you can add accounts. I mean, I'm sorry, apps. In iOS, you can create apps from Apple Business Manager, or you can directly add applications from App Store. It also has the functionality of built-in app, web link, line of business applications. We will see in upcoming videos. We can create app protection policies to protect application sensitive data on personal mobiles. These options we will see in upcoming videos. Similarly, Microsoft also controls Android apps. You can create app protection policy configurations and uh, much more options under assignment filters. We will see in upcoming videos. Okay. Similarly, we can control both applications on both platforms like Microsoft controls iOS as well as Microsoft controls Android. Okay. App protection policy, the way I told you, like it's a MAM policy, mobile application management. You can control Microsoft Suite or any other, like there are many applications got integrated, so you can control those applications. Like if you want to apply pin on application, or if you want to restrict copy paste, that level of configuration you can do. In upcoming videos, we will cover that as well. Okay. The next part is endpoint security. The endpoint security is, you know, gives you a control how your endpoint is going to secure with malwares, anti-spyware, viruses. So that level of security you can create here. You can create admin account by using account protection policy, device compliance. So it's interesting point to learn, as well as you can integrate your Microsoft Defender from here. Okay. You can also create conditional policies from here also. Okay. Antivirus, disk encryption, the BitLocker options you can create firewall. So similar options you can check and learn these options. Okay. Under reports, this is very useful tool for diagnosing issues, or you can also get the report of your compliance policies, device configuration policies, Windows updates. Okay, so diagnosis, setting, and log analytics. These options are available in report section. If we come little down and you will see as users, you can also create new user here and it will replicate on O365 as well as Azure Active Directory. It is just a integration from Microsoft Azure AD. Okay, whatever the devices you create here, it will replicate on Azure AD and vice versa. Okay, you can also reset password. Bulk operation is also possible. It also gives you sign in logs and audit logs. I mean, you can do much more things similar to Azure AD. Okay, groups. This is very important because all policies and um, application deployment will work on group only. So we have to we have to create group for each and every assignment. So this portal is going to be very helpful in future. Okay, tenant administration, where you see tenant status, what is the tenant you have and where it is uh, uh, you know located. So this kind of uh, information you see, the connector status, service health, remote help, one of the worst application feature I would say from Microsoft. Okay, I basically recently implemented this in one of our clients environment, and this is one of the worst thing, but we will try to get a license and we will create a demo for this. I mean, there is nothing to do, we just need to configure it, just enable it, that's it. Okay, similarly we have connectors, which is really a good option when you are managing your iOS devices, okay, and Google Play devices. I mean, Android devices, you need to create a connector VPP token and give that Apple ID and token here to connect your iOS or iPads. Okay. And what else we have? I mean, these options are I never tried, but we will work together. I mean, we will learn together and we'll see. Troubleshooting plus support, where you can put a affected user and see what are the license assigned, if that account is enabled or not, what are the devices he is on, group groups he is part of, policies. That level of, you know, uh, deep analytics it will give. Okay, any restrictions on enrollment. So this kind of information it gives. Help and support, it just directly create a help and support ticket with Microsoft. Even you can just, go to your Office 365 admin center, click on help and support. It will create a ticket similarly. Okay. So this is all about Microsoft Intune. Okay. So in upcoming videos, we will go in each option and each tab and see, and we will deep dive into actual creation of group policies, configuration policies, compliance policies, enrolling devices into Intune. So that level of configuration we are going to see in upcoming videos. Stay tuned. Bye bye.